The Interrupting Cow and the Wolf in Sheep's Clothing by YOLEN, illustrated by JOELLE DREIDEMY. It was morning and the cows were shrieking instead of mooing. "Monster!" one cried. "Moonster!" the other screamed. Interrupting Cow woke in confusion, without even time to tell her favorite knock-knock joke, the one her friends all liked. Not her cow friends. She had no cow friends, her other friends. But that was all right, because the cows had already run from the barn, leaving her far behind. Interrupting Cow looked around and saw what must be the monster. Some kind of sheep, she thought. Its wool was thin and seemed to be slipping off to one side of its lean body. Hoping to comfort the uncomfortable-looking creature, Interrupting Cow began to tell her famous knock-knock joke. "Knock, knock," she said smoothly. The monster said nothing, so she answered herself while moving closer. "Who's there?" "Still nothing." "Interrupting Cow," she said. The creature barely lifted her head, and she said, "Interrupting Cow who moo," she shouted. "How?" the creature said at the same time. "How is not a sheep sound," thought Interrupting Cow. Interrupting Cow watched the sheep. "You are an odd sort of sheep," she said. "Perhaps even a very bad one." That joke did not make the strange sheep laugh either. "How?" the strange sheep said again. "But how?" "I don't like jokes," growled the strange sheep. "Growl is not a sheep sound either," thought Interrupting Cow. "What do you like?" Interrupting Cow asked. "Friends," said the strange sheep. She sounded sad. "And do you have many?" Interrupting Cow asked. The strange sheep shook her head. "None." "But sheep got in herds," said Interrupting Cow. "I have no herd, no friends," the sheep replied. "Ah, but you have heard of them," Interrupting Cow thought. The small joke might make the strange sheep smile. The strange sheep took a step toward Interrupting Cow. "Groan," she said. "Groan is not a sheep sound." But Interrupting Cow was already galloping away, shouting to the strange sheep, "Follow me! I have lots of friends, and you can share." As she ran past cows and horses in the meadow, they galloped away from her, shouting, "Run, run, run!" As she passed the ducks, making curlicues in the pond, they cried out, "Swim, swim, swim!" As she passed the goats on top of their houses, they screamed, "Climb higher!" But when at last she saw her herd of friends standing by the roadside, all laughing and waiting for her, she slowed and turned to the stranger sheep to introduce him. The sheep, who was not really a sheep, stood with her head down, looking miserable. Her shorn wool coat was now twisted around her knees. Huffing and puffing from the run, she was about to blow herself down. But instead, she managed to say, "I don't have any friends because—" She took a big breath. "Nobody likes a big, bad wolf." "Nonsense," said the Interrupting Cow. "My friends are your friends now." And she introduced the wolf to the owl, to the zebra who was black and white but not red all over, to the old dog who knew new tricks, and to the Rhode Island red rooster who loved crossing roads. "This is our newest friend," she said. "She is a wolf in sheep's clothing. She needs new tricks and a better sewing machine. But mostly, she needs a herd of friends. She smiled at the wolf. The wolf smiled back. And the interrupting cow chuckled and added, "Knock, knock. Who's there?" all her friends asked together. "Interrupting cow," she said. Together they asked, "Interrupting cow." But before they asked who, the entire herd sang out, "Moo, moo, cock-a-doodle-doo, neigh," and wolf. And the loudest of all was the wolf in sheep's clothing, howl, which was so loud it even brought up the moon. The end.